Alright, so I just saw Braehawk make one of these kinds of videos, and I figured I would make one too. Because in the future, it depends if I take a job position or not. I may have a home office of my own in a house, or maybe not anymore, be on the laptop on the road and whatnot. But that's not until April. So right now I'd like to at least do this, at least for my own historical purposes, and also share with you guys about what my little office living room setup looks like. Eventually, I do want everything in my own little room and office. So I guess we can start up here with what used to be, I called the YouTube shelf. This used to only have items that YouTubers sent me, but I've also have put items on here that others have given me, and things that I have collected. So you can see here, this was sent to me by Mr. Beanmeister22, this Iron Man. I got this, of course, at Vlogger Fair. The little froggy, I got him from Museum of the Rockies, from their frog show, or exhibit. This is supposed to be one of those dancing flowers in the sun, but sun hardly ever never hits it. Here I got some Sailor Moon stuff. I got Sailor Moon chopsticks, a Sailor Moon cell phone, which you may have seen in some videos, and of course I'm a big Donkey Kong Country fan, and so I got some Donkey Kong, and a Diddy hiding back there. This is an old lighter case that would hold a small lighter in it, but I just, since I don't smoke, I just, you know, leave that up there. These are my collection of Rubik cubes, the 2x2 and a 3x3 got in Seattle. The original 3x3 I've started with, and that was given to me by a coworker. Of course, we got some Mario Kart Pez here, and there's a Donkey Kong Pez back there. This was my processor when I upgraded my computer 3 years ago. I found this at a thrift shop. It's actually ET soap, and I thought it was kind of cool. This is a actually a lighter that doesn't work, but I call it the Golden Gun, and I've used it here and there in some skits that I've sent to people. Here's another Pez dispenser that's a Wiimote. I keep up here. This is a digital picture frame, which is off right now. Yeah, and then here's something that I think Braehawk might recognize. I got that when he came to visit me in Fort Wayne. And then over here, I found this in the store, and I used to have the cassette as a kid, but I ran into the CD version at a store, and I just bought it because it reminded me of my childhood, and I wanted to keep it for memories. Mark Hyder sent me that. I still have yet to get a frame to put that in, which would probably go up there. Here is my Vlogger Fair t-shirt that I put into a frame. Down here, this is my box of camera equipment and portable hard drives. I used to have everything laying out in the shelves up there, but they just got dusty and all cluttery, and so I got these bins, which you'll see around the living room and whatnot, to kind of keep things organized, which should keep battery chargers for the phone, hard drives, an old vlogging camera there, my Nintendo DS, and this is another one of my cameras. So that is what that's all about. The other one, sorry here, has pens, my CDs that I've made, and the main course DVDs back there. This is full of stuff that I have made and produced. Pens, pencils, different little kind of product memorabilia that I've made myself. This is what I saw in Braehawk's video. This is the drawer, but as you can see, it can't open because it just hits the monitor. But just shine the light in there. I have to move the monitor in order to get into it, and in there, that is a little mini keyboard for playing music. It's a small USB version. Using it from when I had my laptop days. Only had a laptop. Basically CDRs, and I think there's some old hard drives for laptops and those, if I remember that correctly. Okay, here we have the dual monitor setup. Of course, one of them's was a 4x3 and a 16x9 monitor, but I've actually, one's I think 23, 24 inches, the other one's a 19 inch, but somehow they line up perfectly. I did not plan that, it just kind of happened. Behind here, of course, internet modem and my PC speakers and a wireless router. Here's the main desk monitors, yeah. And here under my keyboard stand, I got the Razer keyboard and mouse. I like things that light up. And this is a mechanical keyboard. So you get that old school key sound with it, and that's actually why I bought this, was for the sound of the keyboard, because it's got the mechanical sound. The light up thing was just a bonus, and I had, of course, get the matching mouse to go with it. Over here's my main PC, which is I built myself. It's out of smallest parts I could find, and it is a very powerful machine. Well, not anymore, it's 3 years old, but it's running a AMD 6-core processor running at 3.4 gigahertz, 16 gigabytes of RAM, 120 gigabyte SSD, and a bunch of other little goodies like CD-ROM drives and card reader here. And yeah, and of course it's got a really cool video card. I think it's ATI one, I can't remember, but it works great. It plays Minecraft. Over here is the server, which is actually going to be get ready to retired, because I'm going to upgrade this machine and put its parts into this case. And then the server is going to get changed and dumbed down to probably one of those small, kind of like, it's about like a, it's 11.0 Think Center, and it's about the size of about a little smaller than the Mac Mini, but it'll work for my server purposes. Originally, this thing was going to be a web server. It didn't become one. It actually just kind of uses it for some hosting for my Minecraft server, and I sometimes use it to download files off my phone when I'm not at home and I need a place to store them off the phone and get them downloaded. So with that, I really don't need, you know, using this much wattage to run that kind of thing. I need something smaller and probably fit and get more room here. So yeah, there's that, and there's a mouse and a keyboard for it, and a monitor sits up there. And most of the time I just remotely connect remote desktop to it, so I don't ever use the monitor or keyboard here because I'm usually using it that way. And then over here is my laptop center. This is a laptop I got back in Fort Wayne, and it's just kind of sitting here collecting dust. The last time I think I used this laptop was our trip to Vlogger Fair in Billings, so it doesn't get much use, and I need to start using it because it's getting old. Here's my Hobbit Lego set that I never put together. And that's, again, like I said, we used to just keep all of our stuff out, and then I decided on bins. You know, my wife likes to collect pins, so I put the pens in there, and of course notebooks and other type of pens. She's got like 3 boxes of pens. This is my wife's desk area. This is her laptop running Ubuntu, because she used to have the Windows that came with it. Was it Windows 7? Yeah. And she got it so full of spyware and viruses, and I just got sick and tired of cleaning them up all the time, so I threw Ubuntu on there because she just uses it. So an operating system of any kind will work for her. Which is connected to this really long HDMI cable. That cost me $80. That leads all the way to the TV. But before we go there, in this part here, this is my collector's iMac, and you've probably seen the video on it. Maybe some have, and maybe not, but this just kind of sits here. I play with it here and there, but I leave it unplugged, and it just kind of sits there more or less for decoration and collection purposes. Just like the old Dell Windows 98 machine that you saw me fix a while back sits under there, with a printer that never gets used sitting up there. Which leads to this, where her computer comes with the TV. Now what we do, we watch YouTube, of course, on here. This makes it easy for YouTube, and then to make things easier, we got a full keyboard with touchpad and mouse right on there. So we're able to watch YouTube, play Minecraft, you know, basically use it as a computer connected to the TV, but it's also her laptop, so it's kind of complicated, but it works. Over here is movie collection. These are actually empty. I found them at a thrift store, and I bought these because I thought they were cool, and what my plan is to burn all my videos to disc for, I guess, to have them on, you know, DVD Blu-ray type format, and be able to keep them like in a collection. So that there's a plan with these that I'm going to use those for my own personal storage of my own videos, so that way they can be like off the computer and be like its own backup in a way. Over here is the DeLorean, my time machine. And I time travel in it. And of course here we got PS3, Wii. and the Xbox 360. Now this office, like I said, I want to be able to get it all into one room eventually, is the goal, which I think is very possible going to happen here very soon. And the other half of the office is, of course, in the closet. Here is the other half of the office. Of course, there's my keyboard. Because I don't have room, I can't leave it set up, so I just use, here's a keyboard music stand here, right there, and that's used, you know, I have to bring it out every time I want to make music, and I haven't been making much, so I don't dig it out that much. This is my cables bin. Contains like USB cables, power cables, chargers, you name it. And of course, here's my old vintage electronics. This is where I store electronics that are no longer in service. Let's take a look in here. And as you can see, I got an old cell phone, another vlogging camera there, the purple vlogging camera, Braehawk remembers that, then another HD camera, that was my first HD camera, another digital camera, card reader, the little mini speaker that I did in a video a while back is still in here, another old cell phone. But these are pretty much electronics, portable electronics that are no longer in service, except for maybe the game capture card I do dig out for when I do Minecraft videos. And then here is old video game stuff that's stored, like Super Nintendo games, some old PlayStation games, an old PlayStation Portable in there, PSP, and some other goodies. And then, of course, in the bottom drawer here, it's trying to fall on me, I used to have a bunch of computers in here, but I took the computers, I took the parts out of them and put them in this box down here. And that's where I store those. So that way I had a bunch of computer cases in there, and it was just a mess, and I needed more room. That's what happens when you live in a small place. Now for the last part of the office that's split up into the bedroom here is of course, the top shelf, which has got stuffed animals on it. And this is my manga collection and whatnot. And then some more books of mine. My Hello Kitty Game Boy, an original game. And of course, the main characters of the main course are down here. So there's that. And then that's just my wife's junk down there. But that's my rest of my office. And like I said, eventually I would like to get all this stuff into like one room. In some of it, I'd like to get like one of those glass cases with the light in it that'll shut, and use that. So there we go. This went on for 13 minutes, and yeah, wow. So I'm going to end this here, and that's all I got. And maybe in the future, if things with me and my job and whatever happens, happens, and whatever I change, and if I change or not, but if I do get a new office, I will film that at a later date. So this is Anthony from AnthWare, and from this time and every time on, folks, keep on clicking. Anthony from AnthWare, signing off.